Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dynasty's Racing League's DRL TV. Tonight I am your host, David Wellborn. We are here for the final four races of the championship series. It's going to be an awesome race here tonight at Kansas Motor Speedway. Let's get this thing up and going. We're going to be here for no less than 117 laps here tonight, with Kansas being partly cloudy, 79 degrees. And I believe our track temperature is going to be at around 102 degrees. So pretty slick out there for these gentlemen here tonight. Comes down to this, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to come down to SGK or S2R. Our final 8 drivers are either in S2R or in SGK. We were kind of hoping that maybe somebody out of another team might have made it up into the final 8, but it's going to come down to those 8 drivers. And as of right now, Hesgard, Larillo in SGK and S2R are leading. Getty Butner and Lemon in SGK are the top 4, followed by Izinga in S2R, Bill Edwards in S2R, and then we have Andrew Short and Gary Cronowit. Now, these gentlemen in the bottom 4 still have a really good chance at making it. All they need to do is win the race tonight or finish. Well, if you're Bill Edwards, Andrew Short, or Gary Cronowit, you need to finish 10 positions above Mike Lemon in order to make it in on points. So, as of right now, everybody has a shot. Let's see who's on the track that we can ride around with instead of just sitting here looking at absolutely nothing. Okay. Well, somebody's got to be qualifying. Getty Butner is so far on the pole. Let's get rid of that. Andrew Short's been really fast here tonight. I look for him to maybe pick up a little bit more speed and maybe knock Butner off of the pole. Hesgard, everybody knows you got to watch out for Hesgard. He's a silent sleeper here at this track. Does really well here. Been really fast here all night long. It's going to come down to who can keep that car out of the wall coming off of turn 4. And as of right now, Larillo has taken over the pole. Hesgard is now on track. So let's see what he can does. This man right here, if he doesn't win this championship, it will be a miracle. It's going to come down to Homestead. I don't think that he's not going to make it into the Final 4, but he's going to have a really strong showing at Homestead in order to walk away with the championship. And Hesgard on the pole. Wow. Yeah. Deborah, there's your boy. He is currently sitting on the pole. Only took him 1 lap to do it. He may pick up speed on his second lap. Oh, and he just tags the wall right there. That's going to be the problem right there all night long on whether or not. Yeah, that lap did not count. I think he actually picked up speed, to be honest with you there, but oh well. Looks like all drivers have now qualified, so you got to wait 41 seconds before we get this show on the road. Let's see. While I got it going on, let's quickly, if I can get Let's pull Hesgard in. See what his thoughts are about tonight. Mr. Hesgard, you got a copy, my man?
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Man, awesome pole here tonight. You're going to start in a really, really good position. Thoughts and concerns about coming off of turn 4 here tonight?
I hope they put whatever gets rid of the ice down. That'd be nice.
Yeah, it's awful slick out there. It's
slippery.
Cars are really loose. Is it a bump there that's causing people to get into the wall as they're coming off of 4? Or is it just that loose?
It's just that loose. It's kind of tight on entry in both corners, but all the sun is on 3 and 4, so just kind of got to be disciplined in your throttle control. That's about it, and hold her straight. Otherwise, you're going.
Well, good luck here tonight. Like I said, telling the viewers here, I do not believe you're not going to make it into the Final 4 going into Homestead, but you got to get through these next 3 races. You think you can pull out a win in one of these next 3 races?
Oh, well, we're going to try. There's a lot of, guys are ramping up their competition level too, so I'm going to do what I can. I got some good teammates around me. They're going to, they're not going to race me too hard in their middle sections or even in the beginning of the race, so hopefully we can get a nice long green flag run and see what we got.
Well, it's come down to SGK and S2R for the championship. Good luck.
Thanks, man.
We'll put you back down there and you have a great race. Well, Hesgard said it all right there. Really slick out there tonight. Track temperature, like I said, is actually went up to 103 track temperature. I'm not sure if it's going to actually go up anymore, but I guess once these cars get going, it may actually warm up the track just a little bit more as we head into this 117 lap race. The next race in this series is going to be at Texas Motor Speedway, so if he doesn't win here tonight, Hesgard stands a really good chance at Texas. The next race that we're going to have is going to be next Monday, the 28th, at Martinsville Speedway, 250 laps in the Cup Series. I look forward to seeing that race myself. Well, let's see if we can't get this grid reset and go through it. We have 13 drivers. Hesgard's on the pole, followed by Larillo, Ben Izinga, Getty Buckner, Gary Cronowit, Andrew Short, Mike Lemon, Bill Edwards, Brent Kingcock, Rod Fossenall, James Pandolf, Dustin Jones. Rounding out our field is going to be Christopher. Well, the pace car's in, and the green flag is out, and we are down and away here at Kansas Motor Speedway for the final 4 races of our championship series. Hesgard wastes no time. He gets up there. Larillo blocks off Izinga. Oh, them cars are really loose. Cronowit had his hands full right there. He's got Izinga all into him. They both get into the wall. Oh, no. Oh, wow. 5 of the championship players are just now taken out on lap 1. Unbelievable. Let's see if we can't get a far chase with it and rewind it and find out exactly how this plays out. Cronowit's going to get a run on Izinga, and he's going to slide right up in this hole. Izinga just barely gets into him getting in, puts them both into the fence. You got Lemon, Pandolf, Kingcock, Edwards, Fossenall made it through. Wow. Did Butner make it through? That's the question. Let's see what happened to Butner in that. I think Getty actually made it through. Butner makes it. And Christopher, I believe, actually made it through there with no contact. But I don't believe Stouffer's in it as far as championship is concerned, though. And he is not. So, top 4 drivers, or top 3 drivers, S2R Hesgard, S2R Larillo, Getty Butner, SGK, Cronowit, Andrew Short, Mike Lemon, Bill Edwards are the 4 drivers that were taken out that were in the championship hunt. And they're going to be spending quite some time on pit road. Mike Lemon still got a lot of damage. Back ends tore all off of Izinga's car. Edwards doesn't look that bad. Edwards may still have a shot. Yeah, Edwards looks pretty good. Izinga's car's tore all to pieces, though. And Cronowit's still sitting on pit road. Actually, he's out of the car. He's 1 lap down. Andrew Short's out of the car, it looks like. Not going to be what they... Andrew Short's actually racing. But he is 1 lap down. He's already went a lap down. Not what you want to see here on lap 1. Andrew Short had a really fast car here this evening. It was really fast in practice. He's going to really have to come back from this. He needs a yellow to get back on the lead laps, what he really needs. Green flag is back out. Hesgard and Larillo look like they're going to be working together. Butner has put himself up in the top 3 by missing that wreck. He knows all he has to do is ride around and hope for a mistake by these 2 gentlemen. A lot of nice new paints for this championship playoffs. Lemon and Short trying to get together and make something happen. Getty Butner doing a really nice job here this evening, hanging with these top 2 drivers. It's got to be Andrew Short still trying to get around Edwards. Finally makes it work. He's just got to stay in front of Cronowit. And I believe Cronowit is still on pit road. He is on pit road and out of the vehicle. So if he gets a yellow flag, Short will get his lap back. How about old Stouffer? Didn't really have the season that he wanted to have, but he's got a really good showing here tonight. In the top 5. Car looks good. Missed that wreck. Stands a shot at maybe walking away here with a win. Hesgard knows what he's got to do. When he come back here with Larillo and Butner, cars really get loose right there. You saw Larillo get loose coming off right there. That's something that they're going to be battling with here all night long. And the further along they go, the less grip they're going to have with them rear tires is going to make them cars more susceptible to eating that outside fence or actually breaking loose and spinning down the track. Well, it looks like our championship is going to really take a toll on Lemon and Andrew Short and Chronowit. I mean, and Izinga for that matter. Those 4 drivers were involved in that wreck, along with Bill Edwards. So 5 drivers out of the top 8 were involved in that wreck. On lap 1, that's just amazing to have something like that happen on lap 1. Chronowit really needed a good showing here tonight. He really needs. If I was him, I'd get back in this race if it was up to me. If the car could be salvaged and fixed, I'd get back in it. You never know what can happen. Well, he's pretty fast at Texas, so maybe he can race his way in with a win at Texas, but it's not looking too good for Mr. Chronowit right now. And as no surprise, Hesgard has pulled away to over a half a second lead over James Larillo. Butner keeping his distance, just minding his P's and Q's. Riding around as of right now. Let's see, despite the damage that Andrew Short's got on his car, he is still making his way up through this field as he just passes Dustin Jones, who is currently in 7th position. So he is not giving up. He is trying to race his way back into this race. He is currently looking at the back end of Kingcott. Take a lap around with Mr. Andrew Short. Oh, got loose. Got really loose. Oh, he's really loose. Let's go back and rewind that and take a look at it. You can see the car break loose right there. He's dog walking that thing all the way around the track. All the way through that turn. Hesgar got him a full second now over Larillo. Butner's still within eyesight of him. You get back to Stouffer. Stouffer still has a shot. I mean, he's not far off of these gentlemen. But then when you get back to Kingcott is over 6 seconds off the back end of Chris Stouffer. So, yeah. Rod Fosnaugh and Kingcott over 7 seconds off the back end of Stouffer and over 9 seconds off of the leader. So it's going to come down to these front three, if not the front four. Like I said, Stouffer is not mathematically out of it. Mike Lemon is down pit road. Not sure if he is getting damage fixed is what he's doing. Well, the good news about that is the simple fact that Mike Lemon is in the top four as of right now. He needs to pass Andrew Short and Izinga and Edwards. If he can make up those, if he can pass Short, Izinga, and Edwards, he can hang on to the top four. But as of right now, Bill Edwards is actually made it in as of right now into the final four. Let me see if that's right. Lemon, 1, 2, 3, 4. Andrew Short has pulled it off the track and has actually no, he hasn't. He just blinked out. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bill Edwards is right there on the bubble as far as he's made up his 6 positions, so that puts him right there on the borderline and tied pretty much with Izinga if I'm reading the points right. "26 laps into this 117 run, Hesgar with almost a full 2-second lead over James Larillo. We're going to put this on Butner real quick as he is trying to make a move to get around Larillo. We're going to let this fold out, ladies and gentlemen. DRL TV will be right back. We're going to be side by side. Oh, no we ain't. We do have a yellow. I don't know who it was. It may have actually been short again. I don't know. Let's rewind and find out. It doesn't look like it's short. It might have been King Cop. Well, he gets loose. But they don't look to me like it'd been enough to bring out the yellow. It may have been actually JP. Let's see what happens with JP. JP is now on. Yeah, there's JP. He gets really loose coming off. Let's see if he loses it again. Yep, that's what's going to happen. It just snaps on him right there coming off before. And brings out the yellow. I don't know why that brings out the yellow, but it does. All the drivers are down pit road. And while this is going on, we are going to take a side-by-side quick break. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. 31 laps into 117. James Pandolf is still on pit road. 43 seconds on pit road. He will most likely go another lap down. Izinga's still hanging in there. If I can find. Izinga is going to go a lap down. If he don't get out. He's got to get out in front of that pace car. I believe JP is working on doing the same thing. So JP is in the lucky dog position. So really slick out there for these guys here tonight. The lights are out on the pace car. They're doubled up, and we are set to go back green flag racing. The top four drivers have not changed. It's Hesgar, James Larillo, Christopher, and Getty Butner, with the exception of Christopher and Butner switching positions. Of course, it's lying to me, as Butner is on the inside, so that would still put him in third. So ATVO just messes with me sometimes as far as the running order is concerned, but lights are out. Pace car is set to go. He's in, and green flag, green flag.
Green, green, green.
The top 3 drivers get lined up as soon as they can. How about old Brett Kingcock made his way back up into the top 5? Here comes Bill Edwards, though. He's not giving up. Andrew Short back on the lead lap after that yellow. He's doing everything he needs to do to try to stay in this hunt for the championship. Can't just give up. You got to fight. Mike Lemon, even though he is 2 laps down, he is still on track and still fighting for his way to maintain his top 4 into the championship run. Back up front, Hesgard leads them. Larillo doing a really nice job here this evening, just trying to hang with his fearless leader. Butner is hanging right there with him. Knows he just got to play it safe. Hope one of these 2 gentlemen make a mistake, so he can capitalize on it here at the end of this run. Now, I'm not exactly sure what the fuel mileage is on this. I'm going to assume about 60 laps. So it's going to be close to us right now as to whether or not they can make it on fuel. Gary Cronowit is back out on the track, ladies and gentlemen. That's the never give up, do or die situation, and he's all over Izinga. And he gives him a little bump. Oh no! Wow. Not sure about that. Let's take another quick look at that.
Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
Okay. Let's see if we can't figure out what happens to bring out this yellow. Maybe Dustin Jones. I don't know. We're riding along with JP. He is trying to get around Lemon. The yellow flag is out right there. So let's pause it and see if we can't figure out what has brought the yellow flag out. I don't see a car wrecked anywhere. I really wanted to find this yellow, but ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to find it. Bill Edwards spent the most time on pit road, and he's actually I don't know if he's the one that brought the yellow flag out or not. Oh well, we're not going to find it. I tried. Only do so much. Rillo has taken over the lead, it says. Cronowit's going to get one of his laps back by staying out. And so is Mike Lemon going to get back on, or one of his laps back. Actually, may actually put him back on the lead lap. I'm not sure. But most likely it will put him one lap down in the lucky dog position in case we get another yellow. As of right now, we are working caution number 3 for 8 laps. As of right now, track temperature has come down 1 degree. And as soon as ATVO catches up with whatever I'm doing, we'll get this race started once again. Thank you, ATVO. Lemon and Cronowit do get around the pace car. That does put Lemon 1 lap down and in the lucky dog position. Hesgar looking to start on the outside this time due to the fact that his teammate has overtaken the lead from him. Getty Butner still riding in a comfortable 3rd, followed by Christopher, Brent Kingcott, Andrew Short, Bill Edwards, Rod Fossenall, James Pandal, Ben Izinga, Dustin Jones, Mike Lemon, and Cronowit. All cars are still on track with the exception of Dustin Jones, who just now left pit road once again. And Dustin Jones is the last car on the lead lap, so he just came down pit road and topped off, if I'm not mistaken. Pace car's in. James is gone, and the green flag is out. And that is exactly what Dustin Jones did. He come down pit road just to top off. Rillo doing a nice job trying to keep his man behind him. Hesgar, you got to try to keep that man behind you at all possible. I don't think it'll be long before Hesgar takes it away from him, though. Already looking to the inside of him. Close battle up here in these top 4. Hesgar and Larillo and Butner and Stouffer. And believe it or not, Andrew Short has made his way back into the top 5 here, ladies and gentlemen, after being caught up in that first wreck. The car's a little boogered up, but he's still hanging in there. Bill Edwards has made his way into the top 6, it looks like, or 7. Brent Kingcott trying to do battle with him right now. Bill Edwards does take over that spot away from Kingcott. Kingcott still trying to keep his position. This is a battle on track for position. And it looks like Falsenau is now trying to stick his nose on the outside of Kingcott to take that position away the easy way by running the outside. Oh, Kingcott slid right up in front of him. That's not a driver you want to slide up in front of. That is for sure. Tough battle right here for 6th, 7th, and 8th. I think they've just about settled this out just a little bit. Go back up front. Everybody seems to be riding up front, just taking their time. Top 4 drivers know that it's still a long way to go. We're not even halfway, we're not even halfway yet. Anything can happen amongst these top 4 drivers. Yep, and there it is.
Alright, man, caution it.
Don't know what happened, but that was not what I wanted to see. Brent Kingcott gets in front of Edwards. Gets into the wall. Edwards moves out of the way. It looks... Wow. I don't know how else to say that. It just looks to me like... I don't know. Y'all have to be the judge on this one. I think Falsenau loses it. Nope. Netco by Kingcott into the back end of Falsenau. Turns him back up into the fence in front of him. Wow. Not what you wanted to have happen. Falsenau goes all the way from running currently in the 7th position all the way to 11th. The man that comes out ahead out of that whole battle is going to be this man right here, Bill Edwards. And Andrew Short. Everybody down pit road. Mike Lemon is going to make his way back on the lead lap by virtue of a lucky dog. See who makes it out off the pit road first. Oh, Larillo stomps it and just does beat Hesgard out, followed by Butner, Stouffer, Short, Edwards, Pandolf, Jones. Yeehaw. That's all I can say is yeehaw. Top 4 still remain the same. 13 cars on track. 1 car, 19 laps down, is Gary Cronowit. He needs 20 yellows to get back into this race. Believe you me, it may actually happen. I've gotten back on the lead lap with, I believe it was 13 or 14 yellows, so it can be done. Now I told my buddy Marvin Wingfield that I was going to give him rib him a little bit here tonight on the broadcast. So let's go ahead and get that in here at just about halfway. Friends like him, man, you don't need no enemies at Talladega, that's for sure. Teammate took me out once again. Had an awesome run going at Talladega. And we're going to have to work with him over the Winter Series to see if we can't figure out if I can teach him how to bump draft a little bit better than what he's doing. But all in all, we gave him run for their money up for the first 28 laps of that race. Look forward to doing it next year. I got my first pole out in DRL at the Talladega race, and I will eventually get my first win. Hopefully it will come at the Daytona starting season of next year. Anyway, back to this race, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Larillo is your leader, followed by Hesgard, Butner, Stouffer, and Edgar Short. And Bill Edwards, top 6 drivers. Stouffer in the top 6 is the only driver that is not in contention for the championship. The lights are out on the pace car, and we will be going green flag racing next time by. Looks like Cronenwick come down pit road to finally get his tires and everything changed over. He was out there on 30 lap old tires. Unfortunately for him, it put him another lap down, so he is now 21 laps down, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. He's been on pit road for over a minute now, so may actually be getting some damage repaired. Brett Kincock's got to get out of pit road. Pace car's in. Larillo's down and away, and the green flag is out. Butner to the inside of Hesgard. Butner going to take that position away. Oh, it's going to be tight right there. But he makes it work. To move Butner up into second. Watch the crossover by Hesgard. Hesgard says, not today, my friend. Not today. Hesgard not able to complete that pass. Got Stouffer to his outside. That could have been horrendous right there. These drivers know it's time to getting down to crunch time. We're almost halfway. I say we rev it up. What do y'all think? Butner is still all over the back end of Larillo. Would love to get out there and get a lap led. He does need to do that for sure. Get him a bonus point. He needs it. I'm sure he's really only concerned with leading one lap here tonight, and that's going to be the last one to secure his way in to the final 4. There goes Butner. He is all over the back end of him, and that is allowed. That little bit of mistake has allowed Hesgard to catch up to him. And you don't want to be that middle car right there between them two. That car gets really, really loose, pushy loose with the aero, and then Hesgard on your back end taking your air off your spoiler. Cause that car to step out on you really quick. Especially in these hot temperatures. It's the tightest battle we've had all race long amongst these top 4 drivers. Hesgard all but pushing Butner down the track. Awesome. I know what Larillo's wanting to do. He's wanting to lead the most laps here tonight. And hopefully have Hesgard fall back to 5th. So he can take over the points lead. But the points ain't going to matter when you get to Homestead. You just got to get there. Be amongst the top 4 drivers when we head into Homestead and have a shot at winning the championship. Look like Hesgard's thinking about going to the outside of Butner. Awesome race up front here. Not too much going on in the back. Everybody's pretty much spread out. With the exception of Bill Edwards on the back end of nobody. He's a half a second back off of Mike Lemon. Hesgard is trying to make that work on the outside. I knew I shouldn't have backed off of that. Let's see what happened. Something has to happen right here. Hesgard's going to force it to the outside of him. Right there. Butner got a little loose coming off. Hesgard gets to his outside. Doesn't allow him to have the room to come back up the track. Forces Butner down to the bottom. And that's how you take a position away from someone. Oh, well, we should have kept going because Hesgard somehow or another makes it around Larillo in the same drive-by. Let's see what happens here. He's just going to pass him on the inside. And that's going to put Hesgard back out front. Just that easy. Now, Butner really needs to work with Stouffer if he's going to get back to the back end of Larillo. Fosnall and Cronenwith both have officially retired from the race. So we have 11 cars on the track. Cronenwith being the only driver that is in the championship run that is off track. Okay. I am missing. Seriously. Really. Brent Kingcock just got put a lap down, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I see what's happening. Thank you. All right. Now that I got all my graphics worked back out again, Hesgard back into the lead of this race. Almost got a half a second lead over Larillo. Larillo having a really good strong run here this evening. But so is Butner and Chris Stouffer. Chris Stouffer actually started this race 13th. And due to missing that wreck, put himself up into the 4th position. And has a really good run here tonight. And if I'm not mistaken, it looks like Butner has hit the wall somewhere and has gathered some damage. Not sure exactly where he got that from, but that car is right front tire or fender is messed up pretty good. So not what he wanted to have happen here tonight. That is for sure. Won't be long before Stouffer makes the move to try to get around him. Stouffer is all over the back end of him as of right now. And with that being said, Hesgard has pulled away to a full 1 second lead over top of Larillo. 21 lap run on these tires. A little over 30 laps to go. I'm going to say you can make it on fuel, but I don't know if you want to be out there that long on these tires. Of course, now here in the Grand National Series, we've had some pretty good runs with tire and fuel as far as that goes.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
And it looks like Brent Kingcock is going to bring that yellow flag out. Let's find out what happens. Smack. And double smack. And that'll do it. He's doing this coming across the start-finish line. That car gets upset right there. Really don't know why he didn't turn. I mean, it looks like me come out of the tri-oval and just drove it right into the wall. I'm not sure what happened there with him. I believe every driver will be coming down pit road. This will be the final stops. 37 laps to go in this race. 37, 38, something like that. Bump him, Larillo. Give him a good bump. Shove him in the grass so that you can take the lead over. See which one of these two drivers makes it off of pit road first. Oh, pretty close on jacking them cars up. Larillo might make it out. Nope. Hesgard beats him off pit road. All drivers come down pit road. JP, last car on the lead lap, running in 9th position. 11 cars still on the track. 75 laps into this run. Working caution number 5 for 15 laps. I know Hesgard's saying, let me win this race so I can be locked in. So I don't have to worry about it no more. Of course, now him, Butner, and Edwards are going to have a really good shot at Texas, which I believe is our next race in this series. It is the Texas race for 134 laps. Going to be brought to you November the 5th. God willing, I'll be here to bring it to you. I know Larillo would really love to win this race. Hearts and prayers go out for Mr. Larillo. He's going through a tough time in his life right now. I know how it is. So, Mr. Larillo, good luck out there, my man. We are praying for you. Lights should be going out this time. Bye. And they are out. We are set to go back green flag racing. Hesgard is your leader, followed by Larillo, Stouffer, Short, Lemon, Edwards, Pandolf. Butner has went all the way from 3rd to 8th. I am sure he got the damage fixed on that car is the reason why. Let's take a quick look and find out. He got a lot of that damage fixed. He sure did, so put himself back in a chance to get into this race. He just needs to be smooth and smart about coming up through this field. "35 laps to go when they take the green flag." How about Andrew Short? Made his way back into the top 4 after being caught up in that wreck early on. Pace car's gone. Green flag is out. Hesgard's down and away. How about that power move by by Bill Edwards on the outside? Rewind that real quick. Give y'all a shot at that. Really tight right there. But he makes it work and forces Lemon to drop in behind him. Jump back here with Butner. See if he's able to make it work for him. Try to get around Edwards. He's going to have to start climbing through this field. Looks like he's going to try to make that move on the outside. Do the same thing Hesgard did to him. Edwards scared him a little bit, forced him to back out of it. But he still may be able to make it work for him. And he does. Up front, Hesgard doing everything he can to try to pull this out. Stouffer may actually walk away with a nice top 3 finish here this evening. Just got to worry about that man right there, Andrew Short. Even though his car is messed up, he stands a really good shot at walking away with a decent finish. Butner going to take it away from him though. Going to move himself up back into the 4th place. He got that damage fixed. Butner on the move. It's been the top 4 drivers here tonight, the fastest ones of them anyway. Hesgard, Larillo, Stouffer, and Butner after the wreck. What they had before the wreck, we don't know. They only made it 1 lap. Where is he at? Okay. I hate getting messages while I'm trying to broadcast, but oh well. Anyway, Hesgard is your leader, over a half a second above Larillo. Larillo doing everything he can to hang into that top 2. Christopher doing a really nice job as well. He's actually caught the back end a little bit closer now to Larillo. We'll continue to monitor this gap here between Butner and Stouffer. See if it actually starts shrinking. 1.7 seconds off the back end of Stouffer as of right now. He's going to need to gain more than 1/10 of a second. Looks like he lost a little bit as he got wiggly right there. Hesgard trying to pull away with a full second over Larillo. And Butner is actually losing time to Stouffer. He keeps losing too much time. He's going to end up losing a position to Andrew Short. Even with all that damage, he is gaining on the back end of Butner as of right now. Gained almost a half a second right there on Butner. Lost a 1/10 right there. It's going to be really close. He's now a full half a second in behind Butner. Actually, he is actually gaining on the back end of Butner. Oh, he got a little loose right there. I know he's got his hands full with that wrecked race car, but he is not giving up. I think Butner's just trying to ride a little bit. He's lost quite a bit of ground to the back end of Stouffer. He is over 2 seconds off the back end of Stouffer now. Ryan Hesgard with a 1.5 second lead over Larillo. Everybody that is on the track and racing for position right now in the top 7, with the exception of Hesgard, has got somebody a half a second off of them. You got Larillo and Stouffer are a half a second off of each other, and then you get back to Butner and Short, half a second off of each other. Then you got Mike Lemon, who is just barely 9/10 of a second off the back end of Andrew Short, but then you got Edwards, who's right there within 6/10 of a second. So everybody's pretty much spaced out, but it's not over. It is still a pretty close race, with the exception of Hesgard, who just keeps adding to his lead. He is almost a full 2-second lead over Larillo, and probably most likely, there it is. I was going to say going to be over 2 seconds when he crosses the start-finish line. And that is exactly what has happened. Hesgard is looking to put in the record books one more win for this season, which will give him win 15 if he actually pulls it off in the Grand National Series. That's not counting all the other wins that he's had in the Truck Series, and I believe he's actually won in the Cup Series this year as well. If he hasn't, he's came really close to winning in the Cup Series for sure. "22 laps to go. Hesgard coming up on the lapper. Got to be careful. Trying to get around Dustin Jones. Don't want to wreck him. Don't want to get caught up in it either. It looks like Dustin is trying to give him the outside. And he does. Gives him plenty of room as well. I can't get over how Hesgard is able to dominate in this series. He's worked real hard, that is for sure, to achieve the goals that he has done here this year. You don't get in here and in the championship series without a lot of practice, and he does that week in and week out with S2R and SGK. SGK does a lot of practicing with these gentlemen as well. 20 laps to go. Hesgard looking for win 15 in the Grand National Series. He needs one more win to complete his championship. And that's a win at, where are we going? New Hampshire? No, Homestead, duh. I get those two mixed up. They kind of look the same. They both remind me of a long Martinsville. But in any case, if he gets his win at Homestead, Hesgard will walk away with the championship. Larillo just now getting to the back end of Dustin Jones. 3 seconds off the back end of Hesgard. Hesgar's got a clean track. Just out there riding around. That's all he needs to do to pull this off. 17 laps to go. Been an awesome and exciting race here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of actions happened. We've had 5 yellows for 17 laps. And the track temperature has actually went back up to 104 degrees. Come on, Hesgard. Now we jump back here to this second position. Stouffer is right there. I mean, he is within 0.3 of a second of Larillo, looking to try to maybe take away that second position from him. Butner has battled his way back into the top 5, which is exactly where he needs to be. But he needs to pass Andrew Short. And Andrew Short is over 1.3 seconds in front of him. 1.2. Butner is gaining on Short. I mean, this man has had a really good run here this evening. At one point, he was dead last in this race just about due to that wreck. He's fought his way back from being a lap down, and he's going to end up finishing within the top 5 of this race if nothing happens to him here in these closing laps. Unfortunately, Butner is gaining, and he's gaining pretty good. Almost 0.2 of a second a lap. And at the closing rate that we have right now, Butner will be on the back end of him by the time we come to the start-finish line if everything holds up. But the man of the hour, as always, and always up front, is Ryan Hesgard. Deborah, I know you're ecstatic. Way to go. Cheer him on. You know he likes it. Larillo going to have a really nice solid finish here this evening. We're getting close to 10 laps to go. We got Stouffer right there. Stouffer is looking. He is there, ready to make a move. I'm not sure what happened to Stouffer's paint. He is running an iRacing. It looks like an iRacing default paint. This is the closest battle on track right now is James Larillo and Chris Stouffer. Butner lost a little bit of ground to Short, so not sure if Butner's going to be able to make that work here. He's got 8 laps to do it. I don't think Butner's going to have enough time to get to the back end of Short. And right now he needs to worry about Mike Lemon. As Mike Lemon is right there and gaining on him. Don't believe the points are going to shake up too much. I know Kronowitz going to have his hands full going into Texas. He's going to need a win for sure if he's going to be able to pull it off in these next 2 races to battle his way into the playoffs. Kronowitz is going to need a miracle. Almost like Jarrett Rogers in our Cup Series, making it into the next round with a win at, was it Dega? I believe it was Talladega. Passed on the outside to walk away with a win. Did an awesome job there in the Cup Series. Truck Series, my bad. Truck Series. I was in that race. I don't know why I drew a blank, but I did. Hesgar with almost a full 6-second lead comes across the line this time by. We'll have 5 laps to go. Looking at win 15 for the season. Patience and practice makes perfect. Don't run out of gas, Hesgar. It looks like Lemon is still right there. He is gaining and losing every other lap to Butner for 5th position. Butner now a full 1.7 seconds off the back end of Andrew Short. But this battle right here is not over. Christopher is within 0.2 of a second of trying to take away that 2nd position away from James Larillo in these closing laps with 4 laps to go. Stouffer is really working hard. He gained right there and then got just a little loose. Not giving it up. 3 laps to go. Stouffer lost a lot of ground right there. Maybe he's looking to try to make a closing lap run. But ladies and gentlemen, this man right here looks like he's going to walk away with win number 15. 2 laps to go. Hesgard has done an awesome job this season, and he's done a really good job here this series of this season of tonight's race. I'll get it out in a minute. Crosses the line, final lap. It's official now. They wreck now. This race is final. It's over. Hesgard will be your winner no matter what. 6 seconds. He could just about push the clutch in and just ride around the track. Guess what? Somewhere along the way, Mike Lemon made it past Butner. Not sure exactly how that happened. The unofficial results is Hesgard is your winner. Let's see if we can't figure out. I believe. Not sure. Oh well. Not gonna worry about it. We're gonna watch this man do his donuts and get ready to get them all in here for an interview. We'll work with the top 3. I can just about pull them all in except for Stouffer. So let's see, who am I going to work with first? There you go. Tear it up. It's paid for now. All right, let's grab Stouffer real quick. Well, Mr. Stouffer, my man, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, that's awful loud. So give me just a second to get you straightened out on volume. I haven't interviewed you since I restarted this computer, so you got me really good there, bud. Started this race in 13th. You missed the wreck, fortunately for you, and made your way up in the top 5, worked your way up in the top 3. Been there all night long. Walk us through this race, man.
Well, honestly, I knew, it's a chase. I didn't want to ruin anybody's race or do anything like that, so that's why I made sure to qualify in the back. And then that wreck happened, and I mean, it was just like the seas parted, and I drove right through it, and I was in 4th. And so at that point, I was like, all right, I guess I'm in the race. So, I just tried to stay out of people's way, and at the same time, run my own race, and ended up getting past Getty there. I think he got the wall and got a little bit of damage, and I was closing in on James there at the end. Thought I might have something for him, but every single time I got right up to his bumper, he turned it up a notch and put a little bit of time between me and him. So it was a good race, though.
Yeah, I think he was just playing with you, to be honest with you. But I mean, you did an awesome job out there this evening. You fell just a little bit short of making it into the rounds of the playoff. This round here. You gonna have anything for him next week?
Yeah.
At Texas, I don't think it's next week, but it's ain't far from it. 2 weeks from now, ain't it?
Yeah, I like Texas. I'll probably make an appearance there, I've been kind of hit and miss all season just with work and life, kids,
Nah, I know
whatnot.
that's right.
But I like to come out, have some fun, race these cars with these guys. A lot of good guys out here. Maybe one day we'll figure out how to beat Ryan.
Yeah, I know how you beat him, but won't nobody do it. He's had a $5 pool on his head all year long. Won't nobody do it.
Yeah, well, I had a chance there on one of those restarts. I was beside him, but at the same time, I knew those guys were on the chase, so I didn't want to even get up beside him and make anything happen there, good or bad, whatnot. So I just kind of backed out of it and let the racing just let the race come.
Well, shout outs, man. Get them in, get them out. I know you got them.
Oh yeah, again, thanks for life, let me race. James, you guys, for putting on the league, doing the broadcast and everything. It's a good time, so I appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you being out here every weekend and week out when you can make it, my man. You did an awesome job here tonight. Congratulations on your top 3 finish.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Put you back down in Bad Luck Racing. Of course, you had pretty good luck here this evening.
I'll take it.
All right, now I can just drop down into S2R. I should just drop down there and just do the broadcast from there, but got Izinga and everybody in there as well. So let's start with Larilio. Well, surely he didn't. No, he didn't. I didn't do it right. Well, I'll get it in a minute. Hey, look at there. I was able to get exactly what I wanted. Imagine that. Mr. Larillo, my man, you got a copy.
I got you, man.
Man, you almost done it. You just need another 10 seconds.
Yeah, Ryan smoked me there in the long run, man. I was just using my stuff up and sliding all over the place. So he really had a good run here. I would have had something on the short run, but not for that long run. He was awesome.
Yeah, he puts the practice in. You know he does, man. I bet he's even practicing offline or not in a actual server, but he's doing a lot of practicing in practice server as well. Started this race second. You come home second. Missed the big one there at the start of the race. Did an awesome job here this evening. Thought Stouffer had something for you there at the end, but kind of looked like you was playing with him a little bit. Walk us through your race.
Yeah, man, I'm glad I came home second. Glad to get the points finished. I think I'll be all right at Texas. This was a really tough track, really slick. And Stouffer at the end, he was running me down a little bit, but I was sliding it a lot, trying to push it. And I just had to take my time and settle into a rhythm. And once I did that, I was able to hold off Stouffer. It was almost impossible to pass if you did get behind somebody anyway. But it was a good run for S2R. Glad we were 1-2, hate that Ben and all those guys got caught up. But glad to get those points finished. Hopefully make it a Homestead.
Yeah, it's a crying shame. It was 5 cars in the playoffs, and 2 of them were S2R, and I think 3 of them were SGK. Just quite unfortunate there in the start of that race on lap 1. But man, awesome job you did here this evening. You got some points for leading the race, so it's going to come in handy. Thoughts and concerns going into these next 2 races, especially going into Texas? You think you can walk away or steal one from Hesgard? Maybe hope he runs out of gas?
Yeah, I think I got something for him at Texas. It'll be similar to Vegas, where I was able to run him down at the end as wheel came off. But Texas is going where I'm going to try hard. I think Phoenix, I have a top 5, but I don't think I'll compete for the win. So just got to get those points and hopefully finish one first, ideally at Texas, and I'll take home a second if I need to.
Well, just wanted to give you a quick shout out. Your thoughts and prayers are in my family here this evening, and we wish you the best of luck here in the future. Shout outs, man. Get them in, get them out. I know you got them.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Yep, my dad used to love listening to your broadcast, call me Laurelio, so
He,
he enjoyed that.
I started to do it tonight, but
but thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks to S2R. This is awesome, and I hope that we have a great run the next couple weeks. I hope that we put on a good show for you up there, so you don't fall asleep.
well, you put on a good show every week in and out. So, with that being said, James, we look forward to seeing you back here at Texas, and good luck in the championship bid. Now, I've told you how you can do it. Now it's going to come down to Homestead. If you have to do it, you cannot get kicked out of the league for the last race of the season, and I don't believe anybody's going to black flag you if you do. But I mean, it is what it is. Anyway, good luck out there, my man, and congratulations on your second place finish.
Thanks, man. Have a great night.
Yep. Now let's put him back down in S2R, and we'll pull Hesgard up and get an interview with win number 15 of the season, Mr. Hesgard.
Yeah, man.
I'm getting tired of interviewing you. Win 15 of the season, my man. You need one more win at Homestead, and you'll walk away with a championship. Awesome run here this evening. Walk us through your race. Oh, wait a minute. Now you gotta dodge Glorillo on Homestead. I just told him to take you out, but unofficially. But anyway, walk us through your race, man.
Yeah, it started off good. That first run, you know, I kind of took her easy just to see what we had there, and that first lap deal, but and that sucked.
Yep.
But it is what it is. And we finally got that long. I wouldn't call it long, but it was enough to gauge what we would have in the long run, and you know, I got up to a 2-second lead there, but I wasn't sure if Lorello was just saving a little bit, because we kind of thought it would go, you know, kind of caution free there, being that it was as difficult as it was. But I had to earn it, that's for sure. Loretto beat me off of pit road, and I thought it was over because passing is
Crucial.
impossible. And yeah, I screwed up. I screwed up those next two pit stops pretty good. I just kind of slid instead of stopped, so that hurt a little bit. But Getty was kind of pushing there against James, and I got a good run to his outside, and I got that position. And then I think James, I don't know if he handed it to me, but he knew that I was faster than him, and kind of let me get on by. And luckily, we just, I practiced the long runs all week, so luckily that's what it came down to at the end.
Well, you did an awesome job here this evening. You got win number 15. You're locked in. All you got to do is show up and ride around the race, next two races. So the hard part's done. You know you're going to be in the playoffs now. Going to be starting working now on getting that practice in for Homestead.
Yeah, I'm gonna, we're not gonna change up the routine. The routine has been pretty, solid for me. So I'm gonna do what I can to get our teammates wins now. Morello was fast at Texas. I believe I won the spring race at Texas this year, but that doesn't matter because the car is completely different.
Yep.
So we don't know what to expect. The boys know what they got to do to get in. We've talked to every single one of them. Luckily, we got a couple good tracks coming. I know Bill is in a position where he's probably going to have a couple top twos here, if not a win to be in. And we're going to make sure we coach him up. We're going to make sure we get Ben to where he needs to be. But, I can only do so much. I can show them what I know, and I don't drive their cars. So I'll put my laps in for Texas. But, yeah, you better believe we're going to be the focus is on Homestead now. I don't have to. I can breathe.
I know that's right. Shout outs, man. Get them in, get them out. And say hi to Deborah.
I'm as always, I always start with you guys up in the booth. What you guys do is fantastic. Our family loves seeing us put on these shows. So thank you for that. Thanks to all the admins in DRL for what they do and what we put them through. So thank you to them. And then last but not least, big shout out to all my teammates.
Well, Hesgar, we look forward to seeing you in the winner's circle at Homestead. Unfortunately, my money situation was not able to come up with trophies this year, but we'll try to get you a virtual one. How's that?
Hey, man, I don't need nothing.
We'll just
have fun.
we'll post a picture of a trophy on your channel. How's that? All right, man. Good luck, and we'll see you next week at Texas, or in 2 weeks at Texas.
Thanks, man.
Yep. Let's give him a shot back down into S2R. And he just blew. And yay, I got scenic route. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go quickly through our unofficial results. Hesgar leads 93 laps, so he's going to get double points here this night. He's going to get one for leading the lap. He's going to get one for leading the most laps. And he's going to get a point for actually winning the race. So, going to be tough to beat this man this year. Larillo, 24 laps led. Comes home second. Does a really good job here this evening. Christopher comes home third. Andrew Short, big wreck. Comes back. Makes up all that ground. Comes home in fourth. Mike Lemon hangs in there after being wrecked in that first get-go. Is able to beat out Getty Butner and takes over that fifth spot. So he got him a top five. Then we come back to Getty Butner, who finishes sixth. Edwards caught up in that wreck early on. Comes home seventh. James Pandolf, eighth. Ben Izinga, ninth. Dustin Jones, 10th. Going to round out this field with Brent Keencott, Rod Fossenall, and Gary Cronowit. Cronowit really needed a win here this evening. He's going to be behind the 8-ball going into Texas. Cronowit needs to win the race in Texas if he wants to make it into the final playoffs or into the championship bid. We hope he gets a shot at doing so coming into Texas next week. As always, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to thank James Pendolph for everything he does with this league, for putting it on, for one, the marketing, the financing, broadcasting, control, race control, administrating this league. James Pandolf's got his hands in all the pies, and he is the pies more or less. But want to thank him for everything he does with this league. Martin Wenzel and Jordan Gonzalez for the graphics and the technical work. The broadcasters, myself, David Welburn Jr., Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Martin Wenzel, Getty Butner, James Pandolf, and all our other guest broadcasters who's joined us out through the year. Big hats off to y'all. Thank y'all for everything you've done. Race control, Martin Wenzel, Getty Butner, James Pandolf, Robbie Armstrong, Dakota Wilkins, Ryan Hesgard, Jeremy Hebel, Richard Springer, and Eric Weatherholtz. Want to thank y'all, gentlemen, for the hard work that you do. Got to put David Wright in that mix now as he is doing it for the Truck Series. They have a thankless job. They put the work in week and week out. Got to put up with a lot of crybabies. That's why I put no crybabies on the hood of my truck. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to see it. Shut up and drive. That's the way it should be. Anyway, with that being said, I got to thank the administrators, James Pandolf, Getty Butner, Martin Wenzel, Ryan Branch, and myself. Thoughts and concerns, want to gripe, want to complain, need something fixed, need something done in this league, contact us. We are in red in Discord. If you have something that can make the league better and you're a viewer, hit JP up on the website. The link is in the description below. If you like the broadcast, subscribe. If you really like the broadcast and want to see it week in and week out, hit the bell. You'll get a notification. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude tonight's broadcast here for Dynasty Racing League. And I want to say again, for Larillo, hearts and prayers are out for you, my man. Quick update on my wife. Everything looks good. Her foot's looking really good. So no more surgeries, we hope. Knock on wood. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, good night and God bless from DRL TV.